Check, 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 check. We good, we good, we good. It's the end of the day. I got a lot done today, but I'm just now turning on the camera. I'm about to hop on a call with this guy who I got connected with through a mutual friend who's a pretty experienced videographer. So I'm about to hop on a FaceTime call with this guy and I'm gonna record a little bit of it. And I wrote down some questions to ask him. Hopefully I'll learn something. I'm excited to talk to this guy and who knows, he might turn into my mentor. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, I hope it's gonna be a great call. Should be a great call. It's gonna be a great call. It's gonna be a great call. Hey.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good, good.
So, I'll be honest with you right now. I've actually taken a job as a videographer for a Christian mental health company. For a couple of years. I ran my own kind of agency, but I didn't do just video. I did marketing. And so I kind of used one to kind of piggyback off the other. I would say I would try to sell packages, maybe not just video, but I'll be honest with you, I made more money off of like industrial. I mean, I had clients that would pay me like between $2,500 a month.
So you have retainers?
Yes. Okay. And so that's the way to go, man. You need to find about 3 or 4 of those and just focus on those. I would say do those kind of clients, corporate style or whatever, and try to stay away from the sexy creative aspect of it because those people, I learned they don't pay. And so that's who I would go after if I was doing an agency, at this moment in time. Do you have any kind of CRM or anything set up? But also
Explain that to me, CRM.
The CRM is your customer relation management. You can type out a type of industry and they'll tell you in that area.
Question, like how do you market yourself and how do you seek out these clients? Because
I use Go High Level. You can build websites, you can do funnels, you can set up your social media on it, everything. It's so intuitive. And so what I like about it, because it brings all those tools that I was using into one platform, and you can do billing. You can get into that. There's some money to be made in that.
As far as so getting started, because I just got my LLC, I have all my tools, all my equipment, all my camera ready to go. With any advice as far as landing these clients? To get started, I think if you don't have the portfolio already,
Right. Yeah, I would get you a couple videos that you made, and I think the biggest thing is just coming up with some clarity of what you can do for them and how it can benefit them, and don't let them dictate what you do, but you dictate because what's going to happen? They'll say, "Well, I don't want to do this. I want to do this," and you're like, when those kind of clients they start driving you crazy. Have some clarity on what you are. The service you want to provide, how it's going to benefit them, and then provide some for this amount of much or whatever I can do this. Have you 3 packages, and the reason why, because not anybody's going to pick the most expensive one, and not anybody's going to not pick the cheapest one. They're always going to go with that middle one. And it's psychology.
I was about to say that. What about pricing? How do you gauge your pricing? Because I looked on YouTube and it was so many different stuff, and I'm like, how do I determine for myself just getting started how to price projects?
Yeah, so if you're running a social media, I would go from anywhere from $1,500 to $3,500 given the type of industry. Don't go in there as a videographer. Say I want to go in there as running their social media, but you provide video services. Because it's videographers, it's more of kind of a one and done. And but if you go in as a marketing service, like, hey, I can provide this amount of reels, and you're going to be videoing because you got to go and video it because you got to service them. And then if they need something extra, just charge them your rate on top of that. I usually charge $100 an hour. So if I'm there 6 hours, that's $600. Then I charge $50 an hour for editing, but I'll always double my amount of time that I've shot. So if I got 2 hours of shooting, I got 4 hours of editing.
Yep, makes sense. Gotcha.
That's how I do it. Now, granted, I don't know if that's the best way.
Yeah. And what do you do as far as running their social media? I'm gonna take control of your social media. I'm gonna make videos. I mean, am I running ads too? Is that something I need to like figure out how to do?
No, I think that's just something one service you can provide if they want to run paid ads. The biggest thing is people need consistency, and they're so engrossed in their business that they don't have that. And it may be doing graphics too. I'll tell you one thing too: if you could pick up a couple realtors, because I had a couple realtors that I would granted I wasn't running their social media, but when they had a house, they would call me to come do a video for the house. So if you look up my website, it's lumen.productions, and there are a lot of my portfolios in there. You can see a little bit of what I've done. I think you need to learn sales. Is just ask them like, hey, what are some of your bottlenecks? What frustrates you most about keeping consistent content, out of that, and just hear them out. So when your service is when they start saying it, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, I'm glad you recognize that, because that's exactly what I do, and that's what I specialize in. And so they said it. You didn't say it. Yeah. And you just recognize the frustration. And so I can understand the frustration. A lot of people voice that same thing. And he said, but I said, here's the great thing. He said, that's exactly what I do, and that's exactly what I'm specialize in. And I said, I would love to see how I can help you. Yeah. Take that off your shoulders and propel your business, or however you want to word it, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So how do you kind of incorporate like your faith and your ministry in this? I mean, I know now you're working full time for a Christian ministry, but like before, when you're doing freelance and working for yourself, how did you incorporate your faith in all of this?
I probably did some things that were more taboo, like I did a website for a country band, and I did a lot of videos for them that was sponsored by Bud Light. The thing about it is like in that context, I got to share my faith.
Yeah.
I was trying to test that area, like where I can be in the world but not of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think one of my only regrets is that I kind of got into some of the movie business, doing pitch reels and decks and stuff like that. And I did some podcasting. I did some podcast producing for the New Orleans Film Society. And so that's a dark place, though. Like that whole film world. I found myself where if I was going to keep going down that road, there were some things that I was going to have to like compromise.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And I was like, I wasn't willing to hitch my wagon on some of those things, like the type of movies they were making, and like I was working on sets, and like I'd read the scripts and stuff like that, and I was like, I ain't doing this,
When you first got into videography and marketing, were you were you able to like make an honest living off of that?
Yes, I was. I was doing great, and then I got into all that film stuff, and I got kind of burnt. And I learned a lot from it, but I guess what I'm telling you is the money's in the industrial side.
Yeah. Good. Did you ever experience burnout?
Oh yeah. You're gonna work. You're gonna have to bust your butt.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Man, I would be up in the middle of the night editing stuff, trying to get stuff out. I sucked at scaling because I wanted to do everything on my own.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to train anybody.
Yeah.
Man, don't be afraid to hire somebody.
Would you be open to maybe hopping on the call every other month just for any questions?
Yeah, man, I'd be more than happy to help you. Yeah, that's like I said, man. I've had more failures than I have successes, though. And I'm not afraid to admit that. You're gonna find things that work for you, and because it's all gonna be different in different areas.
But I do not want this to be our last conversation. I'm gonna be sending you stuff, if that's okay. If you can kind of grade me on some of the stuff I send you, some honest feedback is what I really need.
I think once you get some steady revenue coming in, put a percentage into marketing and market yourself. So the free marketing is you going out and knocking on doors and saying, hey, this is what I do. I mean, it's hard, and don't get me wrong, because you tell a lot of people, I don't do that, won't do that. Whatever.
Yeah.
But that's sweat equity,
Well, hey man, before we get off the phone, you mind if you say a prayer?
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you. Yeah. Dear God, I just lift up Tavares to you, God. I'm grateful that he reached out to me in his endeavors, and God, I just pray that that he'll continue to commit guide his business to you. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Dude, thank you so much, man. And this is not our last conversation. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Reach out anytime, dude.
Well, I'm not going to hold you too much longer. I'll let you get back to what you were doing. And yeah, thank you for this conversation, man. Thank you for this call. Thank you for, allowing me to have this time with you, because I know you're a busy man.
No, man. No, I love to make connections. Love to meet new friends. And so anytime, man, you got my number.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have a blessed night. We'll talk soon, all right? Is this thing still rolling? I don't even know if this thing's still rolling. Conversation is over. So that was a great conversation. I learned a lot. I'm excited to move forward with this business. The next phase of the grind starts now. I'm grateful to God. This business belongs to God. Y'all, we serving others. The goal of my marketing agency is to serve businesses who serve others. And we're about to take action, y'all. We're about to take action. We about to make some noise. People are going to know our name. We're going to build a community. We're going to serve others. We're going to overtake the kingdom of darkness wherever we go. And I'm about to utilize this camera to bring God glory in the most amazing and passionate and magnifying way, to exalt God in all his glory. I just need to shut up and end the video, bro. I just need to shut up and end the video. I do want you to like and subscribe, because I want to build this community. And I want to create a community where we're all just focused on encouraging each other and serving in our various communities wherever we are all around the world. Because there's one mission, and that's to make Christ known wherever we go. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you made it this far. Tune in for the next one. We're about to go door to door. We're about to get these businesses. They're about to know our name. We're about to make our presence known in this community, and it's time to get started. So love you guys. God bless. Keep serving the kingdom. Ciao.